love the channel and find it useful in becoming a happy retiree. Subscribe today. Let's go to, let's see here. We'll go to Deneen, who joins us from Douglasville. Deneen, what's going on? How can I help?
Hi, Wes. I've been listening to you for 10 years, and I really have enjoyed you and Mike Kavanaugh. And I've been listening to the radio for 30 years in my kitchen.
Oh, nice. Now, do
Yeah.
you still have a regular radio?
I have a regular radio in my kitchen, and I listen to WSB all the time on my radio and in the car.
That is so cool, and I love hearing that. And you're in Douglasville, right?
That's right.
Well, cool. Well, thanks. Have you ever called in to WSB before?
That's funny you ask. Not to your show, not to any kind of. I have to Belinda's show.
Well, cool. Well, so the first time calling any sort of financial show, and
Yeah.
well, great. Well, thanks for doing so, and I'm happy to help. What's going on?
Thank you. Well, I'm recently divorced, 4 kids, stair steppers like yours, and
They're what? Like, I'm sorry. What are the?
Stair steppers like yours.
Oh,
they're
stair
about 2
steppers,
years
yeah.
Apart.
Yeah.
Yes, they're about 2 years apart, and they're all teenagers except for the little one. He's 11, going on 12.
Got it.
So I recently divorced after a 29-year marriage, almost 30 years.
Whoa.
And I have through a QDRO, I was able to get a good amount of money, but I don't know what to do with the money. My income is not much because I've been a stay-at-home mom.
And you are, so after 29 years, you're divorced, but you've got still 4 kids at the house?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so that's a lot.
Yeah.
So how old are you, by the way?
I'm almost 53.
And so for now, you have the house. Is there a mortgage? Let's start here. Is there a mortgage left on the house? And how much are your expenses in general?
Okay, I just took out a mortgage for $73,000 to cover the expenses that I had to live off. I took some out of my 401k a long time ago, a year ago.
All right, so wait, so when you say 401k, so you are working, or is that from the QDRO that you have?
No, that's from a previous couple. I worked for 12 years before I had kids, and then while I had kids, I worked part-time, and then in the past couple of years, I've been working as a teacher.
Wow. All right. So you have had have a lot of work experience and so you're primarily a teacher.
Yes, right now I am.
Got it. Now, so again, for any of those asking, you've got, or if you're wondering, and I'm throwing around this word QDRO. QDRO really is an acronym, QDRO, pronounced QDRO, and it's basically a judicial order in the U.S. that helps divide property in a divorce or legal separation, and that is what Deneen you have, and that is your QDRO is effectively a portion of what was a retirement account, and now it's basically your retirement account.
Yes.
Got it. It stands for Qualified Domestic Relations Order, by the way, and that's for those listening and wondering. So you have a QDRO. The value of this is about how much?
$330,000.
Got it. And then you took out so your only debt is about 70.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then how much is what's it take to live? I mean, what's your?
Oh my gosh, you have 4 kids.
I do. I know it's brutal.
Okay, it is. Okay, so I do get child support. I'll be getting. I get $2,000 a month for my 4 kids child support, but in next month, in May, it'll be down to $1,500.
Oh, when your oldest turns 18.
Yes, she turned 18, but she has to be out of school, high school. When she's out of high school, that's when the child support will stop for her.
Okay, so it's going to go all the way down to $1,500 a month, which is not much.
Yes, and then I make $2,000 a month beyond that for me, just for my teaching.
All right, so you are already teaching. You're already back teaching.
Yes. I've been teaching in a Georgia pre-K program.
All right, so you are right now. You're bringing in about 4 a month, and because of having kids, your tax rate should be pretty low, if not, I'm not going to say zero.
Yes.
But it's going to be pretty low. But that still probably doesn't cover everything, does it?
No, actually, my expenses are about $72,000 a year.
72. So, what's
yes.
the biggest? What besides the mortgage, which I would say is probably about $1,000 a month, or at least your payments on that equity line?
Yes.
What's
that's
what?
Not an equity line. That's actually a mortgage.
Okay, that's a mortgage.
It's so $600 a month, and so the biggest expense is food and medical care, and even my medical care. My medical insurance is $550 a month.
Wow.
Through COBRA. Yeah, so that eats a lot of transportation. I've got one graduating from high school programs. Mom, I need $1,000 for graduation stuff, and I need just there's a lot, a lot to it. And I've got it all listed. I've been through Dave Ramsey's program and Gary Kesey's program, so I've got everything down to a science, and I've decided that there's really nothing I can budge on as far as getting expenses down. I just have to get my income up. But in the meantime, I need to know what to do with this money from the QDRO, just to avoid excess taxes and to perhaps live on in the 6.5 years that my youngest will be depending on me.
Okay, so you do have a pretty significant resource in that, right? So that's $330,000. That's a lot, and that can go a long way. But you know that you want to be as careful as possible about spending that. You want to try not to spend it if you don't have to, and not to mention you're going to have because you're still young. It's going to be a while until you get to 59 and a half, and you can take money out without some sort of penalty. So, you've got you want to be really careful about having to use this really what is retirement money just yet. And again, how old are you?
Almost 53.
53. So you've got some years to go. I guess my question would go back to this. I mean, obviously, it sounds like you've been smart about trying to figure out your budget. And obviously, there's two sides to the income statement. You've got your revenue coming in, you've got your expenses going out. And in your case, your revenue, like a company, is your income. And right now, you're in a situation where your income, about $2,000 a month, that just doesn't cut it. That plus child support is still only $4,000. And you need $6,000. So you're running a full $2,000 a month deficit, and it's probably more than that. Even though it sounds like you're really a stickler on your budget, stuff comes up, and as I'm sure we both know, we're both parents. We've both got 4 kids. It's a never-ending cycle of unexpected things that happen. Okay, so there's a lot to talk through here. So we got to go to a quick break, but then when we come back, we'll have time to chat through this. Hi, I'm Wes Moss, and thanks for taking a minute to hear about what's so different about my new book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. So unlike other retirement books, this book will give you a step-by-step guide, whether you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, to learn from what these successful and happy retirees did to get there. I hope you enjoy the book, but more importantly, I know that it'll help you retire sooner than you think.